for Snap. So before we start, I request everyone to please mark your presence. Be quick, mark your presence. Okay. So let's start with first question of the day. Here he says, according to B, about his age, he says, my age is neither a perfect square nor a perfect cube. My age is either less than 50 or more than 80. So what is his age if he only lied? So if he is a liar, then whatever negative statements are should be converted to positive ones. So as he said, my age is neither a perfect square nor a perfect cube. So his age must be a perfect square as well as per perfect cube, right? And as he said, his age is either less than 50 or more than 80. It means his age must lie between 50 and 80, right? So the number which lies in the range a perfect square as well as a perfect cube is nothing but 64, which we can write as 8 square or 4 cube. So correct answer for this question comes out to be B. So please everyone check it out. I hope it is clear. A very easy question. Okay, so let's move on. In question number 2, he says, read the following information to answer the questions that follows. P minus Q means Q is the father of P and all information is given. In the end, he is asking which of the following means M is the grandfather of T. So we need to observe each and every statement individually. So let's study option A first. So T minus C means T is the father of C. Then C divided by L means C is the wife of L, which means L here is going to be a male and is the husband. L plus N means L is the sister of P. So here we are watching a contradiction in the statement itself. C divided by L means, okay, so it is other way around. I wrote it wrong. So we need to write second one first. Okay, so T minus C means C is the father of T. Then it is C divided by L. It means L is the wife of C. Now it will fit in. L plus N means N is the sister of L. So N is the sister of L. N times M means N is the, rather M is the brother of N. So here we can clearly see that M is not the grandfather of T, right? So there is no such relation coming up in option A, so that is ruled out. So T minus R means R is the father of T. Then he says R divided by Z means Z is the wife of R. Z plus L means L is the sister of Z. And L into M means M is the brother of L. Again, we can see that M is not the grandfather of T, so option B is also ruled out. In case of option C, says T divided by Z means Z is the wife of T. So T must be husband. Z into L means L is the brother of Z. L plus F means F is the sister of L. And F minus M means M is the father of F. And again, we can see that this T is the son-in-law of M and not M is the grandfather of T, hence C is also ruled out. So the correct answer option comes out to be D. So guys, please check it out. I hope it is clear to each and every student. Shreyash, you wrote something. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so in third he says how many Mondays are there in particular month of a particular year if the month ends on Wednesday. So as we are required to calculate number of Mondays in a month and the month is not specified, it may have 28 days or 29 or 30 or 31 days. And in each case, if your month is ending on a Wednesday, the Mondays are not going to be the same. So straightways we can mention that answer comes out to be cannot be specified. Although we can also check it out. Let's consider a month which is ending in 28 days. So if 28th is a Wednesday, then 26th is going to be a Monday. Then 26 minus 7 comes out to be 19, which is again going to be a Monday. 19 minus 7 comes out to be 12, which is again going to be a Monday. 12 minus 7 comes out to be 5, which is again going to be a Monday. So there are 4 Mondays in this month. If we consider 31st to be a Wednesday, then 29th of this month will be a Monday. Right? So 29 minus 7 comes out to be 22. 22 minus 7 is 15. 15 minus 7 is 8. 8 minus 7 is 1, which gives me 5 Mondays here. So number of Mondays can be either 5 or 4. So hence the right answer option will be D, which is cannot be specified. So please everyone check it out. I hope it is clear. If any student has a doubt in this, do let me know. So when we add or subtract 7 out of the date, we always get same day. So if it is a Monday, it will always be a Monday on these specified dates. Right, Ajay? Right. Okay, so let's move on. In fourth, it says a clock strikes only once at 1 o'clock, twice at 2 o'clock, and so on. If it takes 6 seconds to strike 3 o'clock, how much will it take to strike at 9 o'clock? So in these kind of questions, we just need to study the interval between the 3 strikes given to me. Right? So there are 2 intervals and the total length of the intervals is 6, which means length of each interval will be 3 seconds. Now at 9 o'clock, it will strike 9. And when you draw 9 such lines, you will find that the number of intervals are 8. Right? So the time taken for 9 strikes comes out to be 8 into 3, which is equivalent to 24 seconds. So the correct answer option is A. So देख लो सभी को clear है. We just need to not 18 Ajay. It takes 6 seconds to strike at 3 o'clock. So between the 3 strikes, there will be 2 intervals whose length is 6. Is it done? So length of each interval will be 3 seconds. And when it will strike 9, there will be a total of 9 times clock will strike. Right? So the interval between each strike is 3 seconds. So 8 intervals gives me 8 into 3, a total of 24 seconds. Okay, so let's move on. So here it says, study the information given below carefully to answer the following questions. So whenever such a information is given to me, in order to answer the questions, we need to figure out what all words are common between the statements given to me, and against them what all codes are common. So we need to compare 2 statements at a time. So if I compare first statement and second statement, the only word common between these 2 is above, which means only one code will be common here. And if we observe it, LOP is not common, EOP is not common, AOP is not common, FOP is the one which is common. So the code for above comes out to be FOP. So I am going to erase it from here so that we can focus on the rest of the values. Now if I compare first and third one, traders are laws. So the common value among these two is traders. And the code common here is AOP. So the code for traders comes out to be AOP. So just keep on writing the codes and our job becomes relatively easier. Now we are left with our laws. If I compare it with last statement, so laws is common between these two. And out of LOP, EOP, EOP is common between these two. So the code for laws comes out to be EOP. Because only R is left here, so we can say the code for R comes out to be LOP. Now let's compare statement number 2 and 3. Developers were profitable. Developers stopped following. The only word common is developers. All right. So against it, the value common between these two is BOP. So the code for developers comes out to be BOP. Now we are left with were and profitable. Out of these two, were is common with the last statement. Out of COP, GOP, COP is the one which is common here. So we can say the code for were comes out to be COP. And only profitable is left here, which means the code for profitable comes out to be GOP. Right, so GOP also goes out. So these two statements are taken care of completely. Stopped following. So following is common between these two, and the only code common is UOP. So the code for following is UOP. So only stopped is left in third statement, which is QOP. Only maps is left in last statement, which means JOP. Right. So with this, you can answer all the questions very quickly if multiple questions are there. Right, Naved, right, Ajay. So if multiple questions are there, you must write down all the values. So if it is question specific, we just need to focus on developers are following laws. But now as we have done the job here, so developers are following laws is the required answer. LOP, BOP, EOP, UOP. So the correct answer option comes out to be B. So guys, please check it out. I hope it is clear to each and every student. If any student has a doubt in this, right, Neha, right? So if any student has a doubt, please let me know. Okay, so let's move ahead. So here he's asking QOP, GOP, COP, EOP would correctly mean. So let's have a look at QOP. So QOP is the code of stopped, and stopped is there in these two statements only, but we need to write because one of the option is none of the above. Then GOP is the code for profitable. COP is the code for were, and EOP is the code for loss. So profitable loss were stopped is given to me in option A. So the correct answer comes out to be A. Nothing much, Aishwarya, nothing much. We have just discussed 6 questions and many more to go. So nothing much is discussed, right? Okay, so let's move on. Here he says there is a rectangular wooden block of length 4, height 3 and breadth 3. So it will look like this. So let's say this is the length 4, the breadth is 3, and the height is also 3. The two opposite surfaces of 4 by 3 centimeter. So this measure 4 by 3, the top one, the one which is behind here, and the bottom one, they are the four faces which measure 4 by 3, are painted yellow on the outside. So this one is having yellow, and let's say the one at the back is having yellow color. Then he says the other two opposite surfaces, which is the top one and we can say the bottom one, are painted red on the outside. The other two opposite faces are painted green on the outside. So these are 3 by 3 dimensions. They are painted green on the outside. Now the block is cut in a way that cubes of 1 by 1 are created. Now in order to create cubelets of dimension 1 by 1 by 1, so this 4 will be divided in 4 equal parts. So we can draw it like this here. All right. So I'm drawing it for you so that you can understand how the cuts are made. Then this 3 should be divided in 3 equal parts. Something like this. So this dimension is also 3. So this will be drawn like this, 3 equal parts. So the number of cubelets that we got are equivalent to 4 into 3 into 3, which are a total of 36 in number. Out of these 36 cubelets, he is asking how many cubes will have only one color. As we have discussed it yesterday also, that the cubes who are on the face, so I am going to thicken this border, so which are not along the edges or not on the corners, are the ones who has only one color on their face, right? Because only one of their face will be painted. So there will be 2 on the front, 2 on the top, 2 on the back, 2 on the bottom. So 2 into 4, it becomes 8. Likewise, on this side, this is the only one whose boundaries are not touching the edges. And likewise, on this face also, there will be 1. So 1 into 2, it comes out to be 2. So the total number of cubes which have only one color comes out to be 8 plus 2, which are 10 in number. So guys, please check it out. I hope it is clear. Right, Utkarsh, right, Navid. Aishwarya, if you know the concept, then you should definitely attempt these kind of questions. The drawing I made is for better understanding, although these type of questions can always be generalized, right? They can always be generalized. If you know the generalized form, then the job is even easier. All right, so my job is to ensure that you guys can understand each and everything thoroughly. Neha, I hope it is clear. So that's why I prefer drawing each and everything. Okay, so let's move on. Here he says how many cubes will have no color. So the cubes that has no color are always the ones which are inside. So if your dimensions are 4 into 3 into 3, just subtract 2 out of each and every dimension. 4 minus 2 is 2, 3 minus 2 is 1, 3 minus 2 is 1. So the number of cubes which have no color on them comes out to be 2 into 1, which are 2 in number. So this is always true when all 6 faces are painted, right? When all 6 faces are painted and the dimensions of your cube are n by n by n, then the number of cubes whose no side is painted is always equivalent to n minus 2 into n minus 2 into n minus 2, which is n minus 2 cube. If your dimension is a into b into c, so we can write it as a minus 2 into b minus 2 into c minus 2. So whether it is a cube or it is a cuboid, so the standard form is always applicable. All right. On the other side, if we are required those whose exactly one side is painted, then they are always the ones which are on the faces, and there are 6 such faces, and each face will have n minus 2 square number of cubelets. Right, like in this case it comes out to be there are 2 faces whose dimensions are a into b, 2 faces whose dimensions are b into c, and 2 faces whose dimensions are a into c. So it comes out to be twice of a minus 2 into b minus 2 plus b minus 2 into c minus 2 plus c minus 2 into a minus 2. If we are required those cubelets whose exactly 2 sides are painted, they are always along the edges, and there are 12 such edges. So we just need to remove the 2 cubelets along the corner. So here the number of cubelets whose exactly 2 sides are painted comes out to be 12 into n minus 2. Now if the dimensions are a into b into c, there are going to be 4 edges whose length is a, 4 edges whose length is b, and 4 edges whose length is c. So then it comes out to be 4 into a minus 2 plus 4 into b minus 2 plus 4 into c minus 2. Right? And if we are required those cubelets whose exactly 3 sides are painted, they are always the ones at the corners, because there are 8 corners. So we will get 8 and 8 in both the cases. So I hope the theory part is clear to each and every student, so that will ensure that you can answer all these questions at a quick pace. So whatever the dimensions are, this will always fit in, provided all 6 spaces are painted. Please keep that in mind. Is it done, guys? I hope it is clear. Right. Okay, so let's move on. Here it says director of an institute want to distribute teaching assignments of HRM, psychology, development studies, trade policy, and finance to 5 of 6 newly appointed faculty members. So Professor Fotedar does not want any assignment if Professor Das gets one of the 5. Professor Chaudhary desires either HRM or finance, this is not of, this is or, HRM or finance, or no assignment. Professor Banek opines that if Professor Das gets either psychology or trade policy, then she must get the other one. So if Das gets psychology, Banik must get trade policy, or if Das get trade policy, Banik must get psychology. Professor Ishwar insists on an assignment if Professor Acharya gets one. So let's have a look on the questions. Which of the following is valid faculty assignment combination if all the faculty preferences are considered? So we need to rule out the answer options. Let's have a look here. So Professor Fotedar does not want any assignment if Das get one of the 5, which means Fotedar and Das can never be together. So if we observe option 1, so Fotedar and Das are not together. If we observe option B, so again here they are not together. In option C, Professor Das and Professor Fotedar are together, so C can never be your answer. If we check option D, Fotedar is there, Chaudhary and Acharya. So using one statement, we can rule out C, and A, B, D are the ones we need to observe now. Let's have a look at a second statement, which says Professor Chaudhary desires either HRM or finance or no assignment. Now let's focus on Professor Chaudhary. So here Professor Chaudhary is getting development studies, but we are given that Professor Chaudhary wants either HRM or finance or no assignment, which means option A is ruled out. In B, Chaudhary is getting HRM, right? In D, Chaudhary is getting trade policy. So again, it cannot be trade policy, hence it is ruled out. So only one option is left, which is B. That must be the correct combination. So because three of them are ruled out, we need not check the fourth one. So guys, please check it out. I hope it is clear to each and every student. Okay, so let's move on. Here he says if Professor Acharya gets HRM and Professor Chaudhary gets finance, then which of the following is not a correct faculty assignment combination, assuming all faculty preferences are considered? Again, let's focus on the information that we have earlier chosen, that Professor Fotedar and Das cannot come together. So Professor Fotedar and Das are not together in any of the case. So rather D gives us Professor Das, Professor Das. So there is something wrong with this particular answer option itself. All right. Then option 2, statement 2 said Chaudhary must get either HRM or finance. And Chaudhary is getting finance, so that is already given to me. So that is also not contradicting anywhere. Let's focus on third statement now. Professor Banek opines that if Professor Das gets psychology or trade policy, then she must get the other one. So let's have a look here. So Das and Banek is the combination. Please keep in mind. So if Das get, just give me a sec. The subjects are psychology and trade policy. So Banik will get this if Das gets psychology, right? Then here we are having both as Das and Das. So let me check option D. What is the correct combination here? Just give me a sec, guys. I am referring to the master file. So there is the similar mistake. I think someone wrote it wrong. Okay, so what is the answer here? Here answer is also mentioned as D. So guys, let's leave this question. All right, so this doesn't make any sense. They have marked D as the answer. All right, Naved, D mark कर रखा है, कोई सेंस नहीं है D का, तो D तो हो ही नहीं सकता. So if you guys are saying B, let's observe B. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so Professor Ashwar insists on an assignment if Professor Acharya gets one. So as Acharya is getting one, so let's focus on Ashwar, what he got. So Acharya got one, so Ashwar must get one. So then the one which comes into picture is option C, not even B. Right? Is it done, guys? So we are getting like a lot of wrong options then. So leave this question. There is something wrong in this question. We have to find which is not correct. Now we need to find which one is not correct. So we do not know what D was. Right, Aishwarya. So no, here he says Banek opines that Professor Das gets psychology or trade policy, then she must get the other one. Right? So in the given storyline, only Chaudhary and Professor Acharya are getting the assignments, right? So there is no restriction on this. So if Das will choose psychology, Banik will get trade policy. If Das choose trade policy, Banik will get psychology. But if Das is not given any of the subject, Banik can have any of the option. Then there is no condition. Is it done, Ashwarya? That is also the interpretation of this particular statement, which is very important. So here we can say that when Professor Banik is getting development studies, it is possible because Das is nowhere in the picture. He is the fifth person, right? So two of them are mentioned here, two are here. Fifth can get the last subject which is left over, right? So D option we can't see now, but it was, so leave it, leave it. Let's move on. So here it says at a village mela, the following 6 plays are scheduled as shown in the table below. So we are given the duration of each and every show and the show times of all these. You wish to see all the 6 Notankis. Further, you wish to ensure that you get a lunch from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. So he says, which of the following ways can you do this? So there is only one question on the same. So we just need to draw the timeline so that we can watch all the 6 Notankis. So I want to keep 12:30 to 1:30 free for my lunch. I will not be watching any show at this particular time. And I want to start at the earliest. So this show is at 9. So if I watch Sati Savitri at 9, it being a 1 hour show, I will be free at 10. Now Sati Savitri is out of the picture. It goes out. Right. Now I have to see what all shows are available at 10 to me. So at 10, I can either watch Sundarkand or I can watch Veer Abhimanyu. I am having two options with me. Right. So let's assume if I choose Sundarkand here. So starting at 10, it being a 30-minute show, I will be free by 10:30. Or if we take Veer Abhimanyu at 10, so I will be free at 11 a.m. Now let's focus on the third show that we can watch. So at 10:30 I am free, so third show that I can watch must be Joru Ka Gulam in case number 1. So it will start at 10:30 and I will be free in 1 hour's time, which is at 11:30. Right. So in case number 2, so we started with Veer Abhimanyu here, and I will be free at 11. And at 11, I can watch either Sundarkand or Jhansi Ki Rani. I am having two options. All right. So if I watch Sundarkand here at 11, so it being a 30-minute show, I will be free by 11:30. So I am writing third case here. So first is Sati Savitri from 9 to 10, then Veer from 10 to 11, and then third can be Jhansi Ki Rani. So starting at 11, it being a 30-minute show, I will be free at 11:30. So now let's focus on the fourth one. Here I am free at 11:30. So this Joru Ka Gulam I have already watched in this case, so it will not be considered again. So 11:30 there is no other show. All right. So if I consider this case again, I am free at 11:30. Right, and at 11:30 I can definitely watch Joru Ka Gulam. And it has a total of 1 hour duration. So I will be free at 12:30, which sounds pretty good because I want to take lunch break from 12:30 to 1:30. Right. Or if we consider this case, after Jhansi Ki Rani, I am free at 11:30. I can watch Joru Ka Gulam from 11:30 to 12:30. Again, this is pretty good for me. I will definitely have lunch from 12:30 to 1:30. So in both the cases, Sati Savitri is gone. In both the cases, Veer is gone. In both the cases, Joru Ka Gulam is gone. Right. So here first is Sati Savitri from 9 to 10. Let's focus on this case now. But all options are left for me. So I have seen Sundarkand also. So the option left for me here are Reshma or Shera and Jhansi Ki Rani. So Jhansi Ki Rani will start at 1:30 and duration is 30 minutes. So I will watch Jhansi Ki Rani here at 1:30 to 2. And then I can watch Reshma or Shera from 2 to 3. And I will be free by 3. In this case, after lunch at 1:30, I have to watch. So Jhansi Ki Rani is used here. Leftover is Sundarkand and Reshma or Shera. So none of the two shows are at 1:30, which means this case is again not possible. So this is the best show, best schedule of the show through which we can watch all 6. So guys, please check it out. I hope it is clear to each and every student. So in this case, the question was which order we must follow. So A says Sati Savitri is viewed first. That is true in all first 3 cases. Not first 3, rather B is last. So this goes out. So here Sati Savitri is viewed first. Sati Savitri is viewed first. Sundarkand is viewed third and Jhansi Ki Rani is viewed last. So that goes out. Jhansi Ki Rani is not viewed last. So this goes out. In C it is Sundarkand is third, Joru Ka Gulam is fourth. So Sundarkand is third, Joru Ka Gulam is fourth. So the correct answer option comes out to be C. Right. So guys, please check it out. Neha, I hope it is clear to you. Right. So let's move on. Here it says there are 2 rows of numbers in each question. The upper row is complete and in the lower lower row, 1 number is missing. Find a suitable number to fill the blank space so that the symmetry with the upper row is maintained. Okay, now in order to do it, we need to build some relation with 17 and 102, 12 and 102. Right. So in this case, we can see that 17 into 6 is 102 and 12 into 8.5 is 102. Now, some relation of this particular form should appear between these numbers also. So if we keep 211 here, right, so 211 will not give me a good multiplying factor like these. Like with 10 also it comes out to be 21.1, doesn't sound good. If we keep 75 here, so 15 times 5 is 75 and 10 times 7.5 is 75. So here we can observe that this value reduced by 1 and this value also reduced by 1. Right? Or we can say difference between the multiplying factors is of 2.5 in both the cases. So this number must be 75, which is the correct answer. So guys, please check it out. I hope it is clear. Right now, where that's B. Right. Right, Neha. Right, Shivam. Right. So I would like to suggest each and every student watching specifically on YouTube. So there is a official Gradeup Telegram channel. The link is also pinned. So just click on the link and join the Telegram group so that we are always on a better communication process. And all the students who are watching on Gradeup app as well, Ashwarya or Rinki or any other student who still are not on the Gradeup official Telegram group, please join the group. So on the app, I am sending a link. So kindly click the link and join it. On YouTube, it is also shared and pinned also. So Neha and Shivam, I think you guys are not there on Telegram, right? So please join the Telegram group as well, right? So thank you. Let's move on. So here he says, in each of the following letter series, some of the letters are missing which are given below it. So choose the correct alternative. So in order to solve these kind of questions, we have to use each and every option and we need to observe which will give us some definite pattern. Like if I put E, F, F, D, E, D, so they are the values in first answer option. And let's see what do we get. So we got D, E, F. So the pattern can be studied for 2 values, 3 values, 4 values, 5 values, any combination can be studied. So we got DEF, then we got FDE, then we got EFD, again we got DEF, right? Then we got EDE and then DF. So the structure is not getting completed. Guys, please have a look. We can clearly see that the structure is not getting completed, right? So let's rule it out and move on to next answer option. EFFDDF. So EFFDDF. So it is DEF, then FDE, EFD, DEF, DDE. So here the structure again mismatch. All right. So if we use C option, which is EFF, DFE. So it is now DEF, FDE, EFD, DEF, FDE. So I think there is a alphabet which is missing. It must be EFD now, right? So because a cyclic order is coming up, so if I write DEF, so it can be DEF or it can be EFD or it can be FDE. So the very same cycle is repeating. So in the question itself, this alphabet is missing. So the correct order comes out to be in C. So guys, please check it out. I hope it is clear to each and every student. बहुत बढ़िया शिवम. 35 in snap marks is good. Neha, I will not go by D. In the question itself, D is missing. Right, so I added that D. Otherwise, वो pattern किसी से भी नहीं बनेगा. So I modified the question instead of choosing D option. क्योंकि हमें थोड़ा समझ आना चाहिए. Exam point of view, obviously, none of the above. Right. शिवम, it's a good score. थोड़ा सा और push कर ले यार. Take it to 40 if possible. Okay, so let's move on to next question. Anyhow, answer is also C. So definitely D was missing. Okay, so again, we need to observe the pattern here. Right, so let's use all the options again. So it is A, P, R, Q, O. So A does not make any sense in the question. So it is ruled out. All right, so let's study B. So either it is again someone typed it wrong. Instead of A, Q and A are simultaneous alphabets. So it must be Q. राइट. सो क्यू के नीचे ए आता है, लगता है किसी से की गलत प्रेस हो गया. क्यू पी आर क्यू ओ शुड बी द ऑप्शन हियर. सो इट इज क्यू ओ पी क्यू, again O P Q, then R R Q. R R Q does not make any sense, so leave it. So Q P O R O. So Q O P, then O P Q, again O P Q, then O R Q. So again doesn't make any sense. So it is Q P R O O. QOP, OPQ, OPQ, RRQ doesn't make any sense. So the right answer option comes out to be D. So there must be some logical pattern in these kind of cases, which is not there in any of the case. I hope it is clear, guys. Shall we move on? अगर किसी को कुछ भी डाउट है तो प्लीज लेट मी नो. शिवम बस आई थिंक ट्राई टू मेक इट 40 पे तुम्हारा वैसे ही 99.9 परसेंटाइल के राउंड आ जाना चाहिए 40 प्लस पे. ठीक है, सो 40 प्लस पुश कर ले, बहुत है, बहुत बढ़िया हो जाएगा. Okay, so here in 1718 he says, answer the questions based on the following information. 7 university cricket players are to be honored at a special luncheon. The players will be seated on the dais along one side of a single rectangular table. So there are 7 players. So they are to be seated on one side. A and G have to leave the luncheon early and must be seated at the extreme right end of the table, which is closest to the exit. So A and G should be seated here, but we do not know the order. So I am writing A and G here for these two positions. B will receive the man of the match award and must be in the center chair. So this is the center chair for man of the match award. In third, he says C and D, who are bitter rivals for the position of wicketkeeper, dislike one another and should be seated as far apart as possible. So right now we can see they are the two positions which are as far apart as possible. So we should make C and D sit on these two. Keeping on mind the next instruction also, E and F are best friends and want to sit together. So definitely then we must place E and F at these positions and C and D should sit at these two positions in some order. In 17th, he says which of the following may not be seated at either end of the table. So here it can be AG, so this goes out. Here it can be C or D, these two goes out. So D can never be seated on either end of the table. Right, Param, right. बहुत बढ़िया नेहा. इफ यू आर ऑलरेडी ऑन 30-32, थोड़ा सा पुश करो ऐसे. 30-32 is very good. You just need to focus on the reasoning, right? How many questions of reasoning you can attempt, right? Just focus on the reasoning part. Okay, so let's move on. Which of the following pairs may not be seated together? First option is A and E. So A and E can never be seated together, right? So the first option itself worked. A and E may not be seated together. Second is B and D. So B and D can be together. C and F can be together. G and D can also be together. So E and A are the only ones who can never be together. So everyone, please check it out. I hope it is clear to each and every student. Okay, you are already at 21 in reasoning. किसमें कम आ रहा है तुम्हारा? फिर तो तुम क्वांट में कुछ भी नहीं कर रही हो. नेहा, क्वांट में तुम्हारा कम है क्या? There are 20 questions of quant and also focus on 21 questions अगर रीजनिंग के कर रहे हो तो कितने टाइम में कर रहे हो? टाइम भी थोड़ा सा अकॉर्डिंगली डिवाइड करो. Because then Simbi, there are two things: either maximizing your score or also focusing on the. Okay, the cutoffs of 3 sections. थोड़ा सा improve करो और on your weaker area. If you are doing 21 out of reasoning, right, कितना time दे रहे हो वो बताओ जरा. Okay, so let's move on to next question also simultaneously. So here he says each child in a family has at least 4 brothers and 3 sisters. What is the smallest number of children the family might have? So each child, when we talk about, can be a male or can be a female. The child we are talking about, if the child is a male, now this child has at least 4 brothers. And 3 sisters, right? So if we talk about the number of females, if the child we are considering is a female, the number of brothers are greater than equal to 4 and the number of sisters are 3. Now for this child the number of sisters are 3, but when we talk about this child the number of sisters will be 3 plus 1, which is 4. Is that done, guys? So this is a very beautiful example of reasoning, right? So this should be dealt very, very slowly, keeping on mind, right, that what could have been the scenario. Is it done? So if we consider first case, the number of male will be 4 plus 1, which are 5. And if we consider second case, number of females will be 3 plus 1, which is 4. Right? So the smallest number of children the family might have will be 5 plus 4, which are equivalent to 9 in number. So guys, please check it out. Is it done? Roshan Prachi by A. Okay, maybe it is for previous question. Is it done? At least 5 kids should be there, and at 5 males should be there, and at least 4 females should be there. Only then the condition that in a family has at least 4 brothers and 3 sisters. So rather it should be written in a better way, at least 4 brothers and at least 3 sisters. Hardik, focus majorly on arithmetic. Majorly arithmetic. अमन थोड़ा सा खींच यार, 20 इज वेरी लेस. कोई जादू नहीं होगा, कोई मैजिक नहीं होगा 20 डेज में. यू नीड टू फोकस ऑन ईच एरिया, राइट? So you need to focus on each area. You need to tell me the breakup of verbal, of reasoning and of quant. तीनों का बताओ, then we will see कहां पर तुम improve कर सकते हो. I think reasoning is always a very good scope, अमन. बट मेरे को एक बार ये 20 का ब्रेकअप दे जरा. अमन 20 का ब्रेकअप देना जरा, क्या बन रहा है 20 का ब्रेकअप. Okay, so here it says complete the series. In order to complete the series, we just need to focus on the alphabets. So it is E, F, G, H, I, J के बाद K, L के बाद M. So it is getting fixed. Second alphabet in all the cases is P. So बिना दिमाग लगाए it is P. Then F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. It also get fixed. So K, P, L. There is only one answer option, So it is D. अमन तेरे वर्बल में तो बहुत अच्छे हैं 7, इट्स नॉट बैड राइट, क्योंकि टोटल क्वेश्चंस ही तेरे 15 हैं, तो इट्स गुड, 50% हो रहा है. बट वाई like 10 only in reasoning में there is a very big scope of improvement. तुम्हारे पास 15, 25 और 20 क्वेश्चन हैं. when you appear in mock test, so मैंने एक सेशन में डिस्कस भी किया था, प्लीज गिव 15 minutes to VARC, 25 minutes to analytical reasoning and 20 minutes to quant. और इस टाइम के ब्रेकअप में देखो तीनों को कैसे मैक्सिमाइज कर पा रहे हो, राइट. सो अगर मैं तीनों को 15, 25 और 20 मिनट देता हूं, सो अंडर आइडियल सिचुएशन मैं ये तो एक्सपेक्ट करूंगा कि 25 मिनट स्पेंड करके मैं यहां पर 15 क्वेश्चन तो सॉल्व करूं ही करूं. अगर सॉल्व कर रहे हो, क्वेश्चंस आर यूजुअली इजी, ठीक भी होने चाहिए, राइट. 20 मिनट देके यहां पर 10 क्वेश्चन निकाल लो, 15 मिनट देके यहां पर 7 क्वेश्चन निकाल लो. अगर आप इन तीनों को ऐड करोगे 32 क्वेश्चंस आपके सॉल्व होने चाहिए. मैं हर क्वेश्चन को एवरेज टाइम अराउंड 2 मिनट तो दे ही रहा हूं, राइट. सो तुम यहां पर 7 पे हो, इट्स फाइन, बट तुम इन दोनों में पीछे हो यार. सो 5 क्वेश्चंस का डिफरेंस आ रहा है अमन. अरे कुछ वीक नहीं है यार, इतना इजी पेपर है, और क्या चाहिए तेरे को, लड्डू पेपर आ रहा है. स्नैप का तो वैसे ही यार पेपर इज वेरी इजी. इतना ना अपने आप को कमजोर बनाओ कि बस यही लेकर चलें कि हम बहुत वीक हैं. और तूने नाम भी वैसा रख रखा है अपना, नाम ही चेंज कर कम से कम. व्हेन यू आर इन एनी प्रोफेशनल मीट, अपना नाम ठीक कर. अच्छा नहीं लगता, वैसे ही पढ़ने का मजा भी नहीं आ रहा. राइट, स्टे पॉजिटिव, स्टे पॉजिटिव. गलतियां होती हैं, कीप ऑन वर्किंग ऑन द सेम, कीप ऑन इम्प्रूविंग. Okay, so here it says in the diagram below, the 7 letters correspond to 7 unique digits chosen from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The relation among the digits is such that product of PQR XYZ QAY is same. So मैं इसी को थोड़ा better way में लिख रहा हूँ, right? So I am going to write this expression in the mid. So I am writing it like this: P into R into Q equal Q into A into Y equal Y into X into Z. So that we can clearly see Q is common between these two, Y is common between these two. Alright. So if I have to put 0 somewhere, alright, so all three can never be made 0 if 0 is used, which means 0 should not be used. Likewise, when it comes to 5, if you use 5 anywhere, only 2 of them can be multiples of 5. All 3 of them cannot be multiples of 5 because in the given set, there is no other multiple of 5. So this is ruled out. Likewise, 7 is ruled out. So the leftover numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 and 9. They are 7 in number. They are also 7 in number. So यही numbers आएंगे यहाँ पर किसी ना किसी order में, right? Which means if the product of these values is k, so k must be a common multiple of all these. So we just need to take LCM of all the values, which comes out to be 72. The moment you got that their product is 72, then जहां भी 9 और 8 रखोगे या जहां पर भी 1 रखोगे, so if I choose 1 to be here, the other two values has to be 8 and 9. Now I just need to focus on कौन सा value common होगा यहाँ पे. If we keep 1 as common, again 8 and 9 has to be there and you cannot repeat the values. So 1 is not common. If I keep 9 as a common value, so product of other two can be 2 and 4. which is possible. But if I keep 8 as a common value, other two should be either 1 9 or 3 3. So the only possible combination is 9. Leftover is 2 and 4. I have to see whether 2 is common or 4 is common. For the same 9, 8, 1 are placed along with 2 and 4. Leftover is 3 and 6, which will definitely occupy this place. 3 into 6 is 18 and 18 into 4 is 72. So 4 must be the common value here. Now the only value which is possible for A is 2. So correct answer option comes out to be B. Right, Aman, right. SCIT के लिए शिवम देयर इज नो कट ऑफ. SCIT के लिए कट ऑफ नहीं है. कट ऑफ SIBM, SCHMRD, SIIB तक ही जाएगा, उसके आगे कोई नहीं देखता. Is it done, Shivam? Right. Okay. So let's move on. The sum of the digits which are not used is, so 0 is not used along with 5 and 7. So sum comes out to be 12. So the correct answer option is E. Is it done, guys? Here it says, in the following series, what numbers should replace the question mark? So it's a long series. So let me write it here clearly. -1 0 1 0 2 4 1 6 9 2 12 and 16, and there are 3 question marks here, which means it can be a combination of 3 series. All right. So in order to observe the same, first of all थोड़ा ध्यान में रखना चाहिए कि कितनी सीरीज हो सकती हैं. It can be a combination of 2 or 3 series. All right. So देखते हैं क्या बनता है. So in this case we are having -1. Then if I consider this to be next term of the series, then this to be next term of the series. So दो छोड़ के उठा रहा हूं, guys. And then this, so it fits in, it's +1, +1 and +1. Likewise, if we take 0, 2, 6 and 12, so it is +2, +4 and +6. It again makes sense, right? The difference is in AP. If we consider leftover values 1, then 4, then 9 and then 16, so they again make sense. It is 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square. So now using this series, first of all, so the first value must be 2 plus 1, which is 3. Now using this series, this is 2 digit छोड़ के, so 2 add हुआ, 4 हुआ, 6 हुआ, next will be +8. So 12 plus 8 must be 20. And using this gives me 5 square, which is 25. So the correct answer option is C. So guys, please check it out. I hope it is clear to each and every student. If anyone has any doubt, please let me know. The moment you see 3 question marks, the very first thing should come to your mind is that it is a combination of 2 or 3 series. Which question, Tapas? Bashi, which question? Right, Vedant, right. Which question, Tapas? Okay, good. Tapas, I am waiting for your response. Right, Aman, right. अरे यार क्या. So It looks much better now. पहले तो मीनिंग ही और निकल के आ रहा था यार. Okay, numbers and matrix form. Let's do it. Let's do it. So in this case, the products given to me were equal. All right. So first of all, I rearrange them in this order, which is P into R into Q equal Q A by equal Y Z X. So the two values that are equal in two of them, I place them side by side so that the placing of the values becomes easier for me. Now the next job was to rule out those values which will not appear anywhere. So if you will place 0 anywhere, at most two of these values can be made 0, but never all three, because no other digit when multiplied to any other digit will give me a product as 0. Right, so 0 is ruled out. Likewise, 5 and 7 are ruled out because they do not occur in any of the number. Is it done? So this was the first thing that we need to do. Now, is it clear, Tapas? I just explained the same, because if you will put 0 as P, R, Q anywhere, at most two of the three can be made 0, but never all three can be 0. Is it done, Tapas? Waiting for your response. Now, I hope it is clear. The moment 057 goes out, 7 alphabets and 7 digits are left. Then I equated the product to K, and K is going to be a common multiple. Right. Good. Okay, so let's take it further now. Okay, so all the questions are done. This is a very important announcement now. So all the students who are appearing for Snap, नो अमन नो, कैंसिल कर दिया तो कहानी खराब हो जाएगी. कुछ नहीं मिलेगा कैंसिल करने से. You have to fix them the way they are. Right? So on 20th December, it is a very good news for all the students who will be appearing on 6th and 9th. Right? So guys, on 20th December 2020, right? So the dates quite match, 2020, it's a Sunday. So the analysis of Snap paper will be at 1 p.m. and memory based questions will be discussed at 6 p.m. so that again all the students who are going to appear on 6th and 9th will come to know the exact level of the exam. So it will help each and every student a lot. So please keep in mind that do join the Telegram channel, download Gradeup app so that, right, yes, Athar. So everything will be taken care of. All right. So you need to subscribe to our channel if anyhow you haven't. Please do it so that we all are on the same page and we can pass on all the benefits to you at the right time. Right. Okay. So please book the dates in your calendar that this is something you all have to go through. Those who are having exam on 20th December will help us a lot in giving the final verdict about the level of the exam. So everyone, I want to stay tuned on 20th December 2020. For all CAT 2021 aspirants out there, we are starting with 4th comprehensive batch on 15th of December. As you all know that the entire guidance is by CAT toppers. Entire study plan is very exhaustive. All right, so we are going to cover each and everything in a very structured manner. All topics will be covered through live classes and quizzes only, and this program, please keep in mind, also includes a comprehensive GD, VAT and personal interaction preparation. So those who are not aware of, or if you want to communicate it among your friends, you must know that the comprehensive course contains foundation module to build your basics, Advanced classes to cover entire topic in depth at par with the level of MBA exams. Live doubt classes are there. So it's not only and only through messages and Telegram. Live doubt classes are there the way we are conducting it right now. Right? You will post me your questions and we will discuss it face to face. Right? Revision workshops are there. Previous year questions are discussed and explained properly so that you know about each and every question that comes in exam. Mock test and sectional test on the latest pattern will be provided to each one of you. Quizzes are there to help you build your speed and accuracy on each topic, and that too after every class. It is something which is mandatory when you join the super program. Notes in the form of PDF are there, class PPTs in the form of PDF are there for your quick reference. A doubt section is also embedded in the Gradeup app itself. The moment you join and attend a class, if you are facing any difficulty, you are most welcome to post your doubts and they will be answered within 24 hours. Thank you, Aman, thank you. You just need to follow me, guys. If you already have Gradeup app installed in your mobile phones, you can always search Ajay Sareen. Ajay Sareen is my name, and you can follow me on Gradeup so that you can always get to know the classes I am taking. So on a daily basis, 3-4 classes at least now are in the pipeline, and you will get push notifications for all the classes that I am taking. So just turn on notification icon on the Gradeup app itself. Right, Aman? So everything will be provided to you the moment you join, or you can also join the Gradeup Telegram official link, which is pinned. So just click on the link and be a part of the group, and you will always come to know all the sessions that I am taking. Report card, study plan, course tab, everything is there so that you can monitor your progress on a regular basis. Gradeup community is always there to help you with all the major announcements of the exams. Along with that, daily free quizzes and mini mocks are also provided by the Gradeup community. And it is one of the best platform to engage with other MBS parents and stay motivated. Other important courses for CAT 2020, right? Rather, I shall say non-CAT 2020 now, right? So all these are for non-CAT. Decision making is one of the most integral part of that. So all those who are appearing in that must attend the classes which are for decision making. All CAT 2021 aspirants are requested to enroll for 18 months program only. After another 4-5 months, you will be in a position to join 12 months program. All non-CAT aspirants for 2020 should enroll for 6 or 3 months program. If you are going for Maharashtra CT, which will happen in 2021, then you must subscribe for 6 months program. So here is the team who will be mentoring you throughout. So 6 of us are 100 percentilers, rest all are almost 99.9 plus percentilers. So guys, we wish you all the very best. Keep practicing topic wise quizzes, keep attending live classes. So thanks a lot guys for your time. So we'll catch up with you in the next session. Thank you guys.